Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. These are recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like to catch the show today, if you'd like to catch the show live, I should say. Anyway, wow, it's a long day already. Today is business and SillyVille news, and let's go ahead and jump right on into it. First, ISPs must accept government subsidy on all plans, no more upselling. So there was a ruling that came through, and some people were like, we need to do something for all these poor people that can't get internet. And so there was a big subsidy that came down and offered $30 or $40 discounts, or a $30, $40 voucher, a $50 a month voucher for broadband benefits, and the companies could get it so long as they had at least one plan that took the vouchers. So, of course, what the unscrupulous ISP companies did is they created one plan that was $50 more than every other plan. They accepted that, took the free money vouchers, and then forced people onto plans paying way too much money. Basically, the people were paying the same amount, and then they were getting $50 kickback from the government, and this is why government programs don't work. And so after a lot of hubbub about it, they finally, the government did finally realize, like a long time later, like, wait, we've been giving these guys $50, yet they're getting the exact same amount of money from the people as before. So now the government is forcing them to use those vouchers on every single plan that they have. So good news for people that need to rely on government assistance to get your internet. All of the ISPs basically demonstrated here that, yes, they are as godless and unscrupulous as ever they were. But, you know. Robinhood has to pay a trader $30,000 for restricting trades on certain stocks. This is a big deal. This, by the way, does not have anything to do with GameStop either. This is a completely different situation with costs. So this guy's watching costs, and he's doing individual stocks, and he's watching it for a certain amount. And it was either he wanted to sell and he wasn't allowed to, or they forced his sell when he didn't want to, and he ended up losing a objectable $30,000 because of what Robinhood did. He takes them to court. Actually, it was through the mediation service. He takes it through the mediation service that Robinhood forces you to go, and mediator said, well, yeah, you know what? Robinhood proclaims to be a service that allows people to buy and sell stocks. They can't sit here and screw with other people's portfolios. That's what the mediator said. Now, this should make Robinhood really nervous because a whole lot of people got caught up in GameStop, is going to be coming after them. And who knows, Robinhood might die. The sheriff of Nottingham might beat him to a pulp via the forced mediation. And I will actually laugh my head off if that actually happens. So, you know, you abuse the little guy, and I tend to not care if you go out of business for your own stupidity. In fact, that's what capitalism is supposed to do. No business is supposed to be too big to fail. Okay, if a business is that big and it fails, guess what? Every other competitor of theirs is going to pick up the slack. I promise you. It's not going to be the end of the world. Just the end of the world for the politicians making the kickbacks on the companies that are making it. But anyway, the mediator found out, in addition to $29,000 in damages that he would receive, Robinhood will also have to pay another couple $1,000 because the arbitrator also ordered him to pay interest on an entire year's worth of money. And Robinhood will also have to pay filing and some other fees. So this is actually good news for the little guy. Does not have anything to do with GameStop, and this should be terrifying Robinhood right now. They should be proactively settling with all of the people that got caught up in the GameStop that alleged that they lost money. So very interesting, and good to see the right thing happen in this case, because if Robinhood's like, we're a service you can buy and sell stocks, well, don't tell people at the spur of the moment what they can buy or sell. Just a thought. Microsoft posts a video and documentation for the teardown of the latest Surface laptop, the SE. And this looks as though it is a win for right to repair. Louis Rossmann is skeptical about this, rightly so, and he knows way more about right to repair than I do. I would probably defer to him at this moment, but this is kind of an announcement. This is what they did. Now, what he said is, finding parts for this particular computer is pretty much impossible at this point in time. Maybe that is going to change down the road. Maybe it's not. But hey, at least we are moving in the direction where some documentation and company documentation and videos on takedown is actually becoming available. So hey, even if it's just a microscopic win, it is a microscopic win, at least in the somewhat right direction. So anyway, we'll see what happens with this. And now we are on to the big block of Tesla stuff, and there's a whole bunch of them. So first, Tesla's full self-driving beta offers automated driving profiles that can even perform a rolling stop. FYI, guys, a rolling stop would be illegal in pretty much every jurisdiction. The only context I know of what rolling stop means is you're going up to a stop sign, you slow down just enough time to look and glance over, you never take your official full 3-second stop, and you just plow right on through. That will result in a ticket. I can just imagine using this thing with some of the red light cameras and things that you find in many of your big cities now. Kind of funny in and of itself, but basically this is the ability to choose either a very conservative driving method, a moderate driving method, or a highly aggressive driving method. In fact, I believe we talked a little bit about this in the past, but they said that they have the chill mode. Oh, the chill mode. What, you sitting in your car eating a popsicle when you should be driving? Then you got like the they got the chill, the average, and the assertive mode. That's all I need. The Tesla on the assertive mode, riding my back end and then slamming on into me when I have to hit the brakes because it's like, hey, look at that. It's a big surface to slam into. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this, and I don't really want this type of software on the road right now. And apparently California is starting to rethink its approach to allowing Tesla to do the same thing as well. So this is actually an interesting news. And if you go to this link, all my links for the videos are actually in the comments down below. So if you go down and have a look at those, you won't see them linked here because I turned off JavaScript to prevent the giant paywall from showing up here. So we can flip through it. But basically what they're saying in here is Tesla has been testing the vehicles. They're like, hey, we're going to go ahead and allow you to test your vehicles, which, by the way, isn't even company employees testing it. It's all of the customers. All of the customers are now driving, utilizing the Tesla vehicles in this full self-driving mode on the roads. And here's some commentary here. Recent software updates, videos showing dangerous use of the technology, open investigations by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, and the opinions of other experts in the space have prompted a reevaluation of this. So, concerned about public safety, Gonzalez asked DMV in December for its take on Tesla's full self-driving beta, under which Tesla owners supervise the operation of cars programmed to autonomously navigate highways, city streets, and neighborhood roads. Stopping at traffic lights, stop signs, as well as making left and right hand turns into traffic. There are some features being tested by other robot car developers that report crashes and disengagements to a DMV, a group that includes Waymo, Cruise, Argo, Zoox. Although their cars occasionally crash, there are a few YouTube videos that show them behaving dangerously. Unlike other companies, Tesla is doing it without trained test drivers. Participants in the full self-driving beta have paid $10,000 for the privilege, soon to be raised to $12,000. But what ended up happening here is, I think it's over here, self-driving beta vehicles are all over YouTube and Twitter, driving into oncoming traffic, choosing to drive on railroad tracks instead of a street, and aiming themselves at metal posts and traffic barriers. The Tesla and autopilot mistook the moon for a yellow light as well. So the actual LA Times article, if you're watching this without JavaScript disabled, links to several of these videos. So let's go ahead and watch a few of these guys. So this one here, going over the double yellow lines into oncoming traffic. Self-driving Tesla. Hey, let's go on over there. Whoa, oncoming traffic. Oh boy. That's exciting. What's this one? Okay, this one's kind of long. There's a lot of different stuff here. Basic introduction, blah, blah, blah. This one's making a turn. I don't know if this is going to load. Let's see. Give it a try. All right. So, oh, we missed it. This one's weird. It's the very, very beginning of this clip. All right, here it is. Here. So car's going, self-driving, full self-driving mode's going. Tesla's like, hey, is this the road? It's railroad tracks. No, we don't want to go on the railroad tracks. They have right turns over bike lanes. Let's drive in the bike lane. Kill the biker. Kill the biker. Get the biker. This is a take over immediately situation. Good thing this person's actually watching the car. Let's sit here. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I think so puts it on. So there's a UPS truck double parked here, and the Tesla is not quite sure what to do here. So he's like, whoa, I'm not sure what's up with the steering on that. I don't know. Anyway, the thing honked. It honked again. There's right turn of railroad tracks. I didn't watch the Phantom red light. Let's watch this one together. Whoa, red light. Maybe it's that red thing in the building. I don't know. Or the big dude crossing the street. I'm not sure. So are you guys getting redeemed, filled with confidence of these things? Just kind of self-driving on the road without people. There's a red light. Hey, look at that. It does successfully stop the red light there. This one here. Is this the metal? I think this is the metal pole. Hey, look, a metal pole. Let's drive into it. Whoa. And here is the Tesla confusing the moon for a yellow light. Sorry, my bandwidth isn't good here to display this, but this is the moon, and it keeps on seeing it as a yellow light and trying to slow down. So, yeah, I just have so much confidence about these Teslas being on the road with untrained people, regular citizens like you and I driving them. That's exciting. Well, anyway, if you want to help support the channel, we do have affiliates. Today we are highlighting Linode. You can use my affiliate code there, tlm.li/Linode. Get $100 in credit, good for 60 days. You can run hosting, VPNs, Nextcloud, gaming servers, media servers, all sorts of fun stuff over there on Linode. So let's head to SillyVille. First up in SillyVille, we have a microwave hack replacing the flat keypad with mechanical keyboard switches. So apparently this guy's microwave went bad, and he just kind of took the panel off and wired some tactical switches into it, and then he just taped up a piece of cardboard and just kind of wrote what it is. So that top button there is add 30 seconds, one of it's 1 minute, one of it's cancel, and one of it's settings. So there you go, guys. If you have a broken microwave, just hack it with some tactical keys. That's very fun. And I wonder if this took him until 4 in the morning to pull that off. It does say 4:04 a.m. Was he working on this all night and finally gets to work at 4:04? Or did he just take the photo? It doesn't really work. Conspiracy theory. Anyway, Canon cannot get enough toner chips because of the chip shortage, so it's telling customers how to defeat its DRM. Remember all these years of Canon saying, you have got to use the real chips. These fake cartridges, they're not good. They're going to damage your machine. They won't work. Now it's telling people, go get the generic ones, and we're going to give you documentation for how to bypass our DRM. At what point in time now can we assume that Canon has been lying ever since, and how many companies are going to be suing Canon for all of the lost funds for being forced into Canon products all of these years? This is the downside of DRM. I'm very happy to see that Keurig realized real quick the stupidity of putting DRM on coffee cups. All nonsense. They only did that in one thing, and everyone's like, yeah, we got this. In fact, when I was staying at my friend's house over Christmas, they had a knockoff Keurig, which worked perfectly fine. You fill up your cup with water, you fill in the top, you put the cup in, you push the button, and all the water you fill in the top gets boiled and put down through the cup, and you get a perfect size cup of coffee. Then they're given a Keurig for Christmas, an official Keurig, which is the most nonsense piece of garbage. How in the world do any of you justify a stupid real Keurig? Okay, literally. You have 3 settings for the cup size: the small, the medium, and the large. Okay? So, and then, of course, it's supposed to, of course, if you keep it plugged in all the time, so it keeps everything perpetually hot, because we want to perpetually waste power by keeping, 13 ounces of water hot 24/7. But if you don't do that, you got to put the thing in, heat the thing in, turn the thing on, wait for the thing to heat up, and then you got to put my coffee cup under the thing, push the button, and I push the button for large, and it fills the cup up this big. Large. I just went back to using the old one because the official one sucked. Holy hell, do people use those things? Really? My lands. But anyway, apparently if you're using a Canon printer, you can get documentation for bypassing DRM. Well, Nero has a new delivery robot that now they're putting external airbags in case it runs into pedestrians. This is the world we're moving into, guys. We have self-driving delivery robots that are putting airbags on the outside in case it runs you over. I do have news for you guys, though. If you are, as a pedestrian, hit by this thing, you're not going to splat against it like some cartoon show. Do the engineers know this? You're not going to be hit by this thing and splat on the front, and then the airbag's going to blow up and go, oh, it's a soft pillow. It's going to hit you. You're going to fall over, and it's going to roll over you. This is stupid. It's a publicity nonsense thing. But yeah, they're like, oh, this is so amazing. It's going to be like, yeah, whatever. There's photos down here. Of course, they don't show the deployed airbag, nor do they show the pedestrian hang onto the top. They're just showing, oh, look, it's so amazing. The little girl with her basketball. I got my groceries out of the self-driving thing. Woohoo! All from Kroger. Isn't Kroger on Warren's naughty list now? I mean, big Kroger. Yeah, never mind. But anyway, they're trying to put the airbag on the outside. For what reason, I don't know. This is not going to protect anybody. If nothing else, it's going to provide more of a bounce by which to throw them to the pavement harder before you running them over. Somebody doesn't understand how physics works. And screw it. The LA cops hunted Pokemon instead of responding to the robbery. That's right. Now, this is a couple years old, but the court case finally came out this week. So 2 officers were out there playing Pokemon Go. They were in search for a Snorlax, apparently. If you can tell me what a Snorlax is, you're a better man than I. But, I mean, all I know is having a van like this, I'm just not having a Pikachu, all right? But anyway, so the police are called to a robbery, and they're like so close to the Snorlax, they decided, you know what? The DA's not going to prosecute the robber anyway. Let's just go hunt our Snorlax, because that's what's going to happen. You get picked up for robbery in many of these places, they're just sending you home. We'll give you Mets tickets. New York City, we'll give you Mets tickets if you come back for your court date. Like, why would I want Mets tickets? So the police officers were fired because they were searching for the Snorlax rather than going to the robbery scene. They sued the department for false termination. The court ruling came down and said, no, guys, you're guilty on misconduct. You were playing a video game rather than doing your job. So they said, never mind. So anyway, let's see. Lorenzo and Mitchell were on a nearby patrol when there was a radio call to respond to a robbery in progress with several suspects at Macy's in the Crenshaw Mall. They later told their supervisor, Sergeant Gomez, that they did not hear the call asking for backup at the mall, but DICVS recorded showing they ignored attempts to reach them. We said after communications made the second attempt to contact the petitioners, Officer Lorenzo asked if they should ask communications if there's a message. Officer Mitchell replied, it's up to you, whatever you think. I don't want them to think we're not paying attention to the radio. Lorenzo says, screw it. They said they made no attempt to respond to the radio when their unit was called. Instead of going towards the scene of the robbery, the officers moved backwards through the alley and turned away from the mall. Apparently, searching for that Snorlax. Guys, let me know in the comments what the hell's a Snorlax. But anyway, the officers are like, hey, they're too busy playing Pokemon, which explains why LA is turning into a a giant a giant hellhole right now. Well, you can support the channel over on Patreon, patreon.com/TOMM. That's TOMM for Tom M. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you next time.
Thank you for watching this video from Switched to Linux. This channel would not be possible without the backing of the program supporters scrolling on the screen now. You can be a supporter at Patreon at patreon.com/TOMM or at thinklifemedia.com. I also want to thank the open source community who creates such excellent software that makes producing this show possible. Please remember to support your software communities. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.